Tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio, dropping knowledge in the studio you already know.
Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. This is Prince Hakeem.
Hey, this is your man Ronnie Ron. Hey, Hakeem, Herman's still on the show. He's back at it again.
He's back at it again. You know what I mean? We done kidnapped him for this long. We might as well keep him for longer.
Yes. I don't know, but when Herman's on the show, he be passing us Hennessy. You know, we be drinking and stuff like that.
Definitely.
He can stay out here all night.
All night if he wants to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
hey,
you know.
And I'm shame on him for bringing the Hennessy bottle. He should know Hennessy is the number one scent.
Mm-hmm.
But this one right here, you know, I want to talk to you guys about because recently I had a discussion on Facebook. It was a group I was in. I had a discussion on Facebook, and I was saying one thing I was asking the women on there was, has the women been coached to say, I don't need a man? And a lot of women gave me a correct feedback, and they were like, the criticism and their feedback, they were like, that's not true. We was never coached. It's just that we don't need a man. We want a man. So my question to you guys is, you know, you guys on the panel, Hakeem and Herman, has women been coached to say that they don't need a man?
Yes, I could definitely say that. I could say the white power structure, weak black men, white female feminists. I can go down the list. You know what I mean? I could say college education, government food stamps, Section 8 housing, what else? Planned Parenthood. Everything that I'm naming have given enough women to feel empowered where they could look at men as a second-class citizen, that we're just there just to lay down and just to bust a nut with.
Yeah, but y'all won't believe me. Y'all won't believe this, but you know, sometimes the fathers also tell the women as well. They tell them, baby, you don't need him. I'm here for you.
Yep. That tends to happen when they know the daughter poorly picked. You know what I mean? Fathers are going to be there because they know their daughter done messed up. Be like, yeah, she ain't, like, man, Shamisha ain't doing. She went and got her some loser. I'm gonna have to go there and pick up the slack behind her. And the daddies feel like, hey, I gotta go back to work, and he just retired. So he end up raising the kids again. I seen this most definitely. My dad is one of them. You know what I mean? For one of my, who's been a very focal point father figure, and me as well for my little nephew. But you know what I'm saying? Because when you got a situation like that, you say to yourself, hey, what do you do? You know what I mean? But here's the innate thing. And women gonna feel this. This is why I say I don't want to date a woman with an education.
Yeah.
I'd rather date somebody who worked at Checkers. Because you want to know why?
Yeah. Why is that?
When you are so educated or you make a lot of money, you feel empowered to tell yourself that you're better than the man, that you wear the boots, but we know you can't pick up a 5-pound cinder block. We know you can't be out there mowing the lawn at a 90-degree heat. Those are built for real niggas. We know you can't dig no ditch out there. There was a woman who said this the other day, who said that she had to come to realization her health was declining because she had to do masculine things. I say, Lord Jesus, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, but remember they say because remember they got in their mind, they've been programmed that they don't need a man, so they feel like they can do manly things, and that's the issue we're having with women today, because it's kind of weird, because if you look up the definition of need and want, it's two different things, two different definitions. So when you break down the definition, a lot of women still be like, I still don't need a man though. And that's the issue we're having. I don't know, Herman, what do you think? What's your idea when it comes to that?
Oh, I'm with everything in the music as well. So you said it's systematically.
Yeah, and that's why you see more single women than ever before. You see a lot of single women now because of the fact of they say they don't need a man, because nobody ain't gonna be with somebody that ain't gonna feel like they not being wanted or needed.
It's poison. You poisoning the well.
Yeah. So is it a terrible thing that we have to face as men? Because as we get older and you see women now today, they're like, I don't need a man for nothing. Or all I need him to do is just lay on his back. It's like it became reversed now. Back then, men were saying that. Now the women are saying that.
But here's the funny thing: you say that. To be honest with you, the only thing men really need a woman for is procreation.
Correct.
That's all we really need them for. If we really had to, we can cook, clean, and fend for ourselves. Why do you think most homeless men who are homeless been homeless for years and they've been still living, finding ways to eat? A woman couldn't be homeless for a year; she'll be gone. And you know, another reason we have to focus into what that whole "I don't need a man" stuff is. Look at it from this point. Men civilize the world so much. Well, a woman can say that. Understand this. We build the buildings, we build the pipes, we build the plumbings. We created the infrastructures where women can go work at. And I'm gonna just name a couple jobs off top that we know women work at: the food stamp office, the driver license place, corrections, and listen, corrections and all. And listen, when the girl go do work the same places where men work, they're not doing the heavy lifting job that men are doing.
No,
most girls who work at corrections are not dealing with all the inmates like that or the rough ones. Am I wrong?
They're mostly in the office, correct?
They're mostly in the office and they're mostly secretary. It's the men that out there dealing with the rough people. My brother was a nurse in the jail system. He had to deal with that. The lady was just the one pushing the paper.
But then what about the women that's in the army?
Listen, I don't know if you know this. In the army, a woman that is not required to do a pull-up. She has to do something else because physically she can't do it.
Yeah, I don't think women should be in the army anyway. If somebody asks me, I don't think they should be in the army.
You feel me trying to say, you know what I'm saying? But the main point I'm saying is this: if you don't gotta go fend for water, if you don't have to build your own shelter, and you're able to go get a job where you could become a nurse or something that make you $60,000-$70,000 a year, where most men who do physical labor are not gonna make that much because we in a different space. Yeah, you can talk as much shit as you want. But if we start to go down and ask what inventions that we built that you said man created tampons in the pad for women on their periods. You know that, right?
Not that man created your degree. Man created that degree. It wasn't a woman that created a degree. It was a man.
So how do you think she can't need somebody? Not only that though, I don't know if you noticed this and Herman, let me ask you this. When the pandemic came, Herman, did you get any calls from women who were single? They needed some help with something that they was on some other shit about before?
Get calls from
that was single who needed help in the pandemic, who was scared to go outside, who didn't have no man.
Help moving.
Yep. I was getting them too. And my question was, you calling me, but you not fucking nothing.
Yeah, I ain't get no call.
You know, I had got a lot of calls. A lot of calls. I was telling them, I say, why don't you just go put out your mask and go film for yourself, baby?
Nah, I ain't getting no call. If I don't have to be a lot of girls as friends, probably. I ain't getting no call. I'll be busy most of the time, so they ain't gonna call me anyway.
Listen, check this out. There's a lot of women who benefit. There's a lot. The pandemic really made women realize why it's not good to be alone. There were so many women who had compromising immune system, who had no choice but to go out there and fend for themselves because they didn't have no man in there to go out there and handle that.
But whose fault is that? That's what I'm saying, Jay. The fault is, whose fault is that? Is it really the women's fault, or is the parents that feed into the ideology to the women that you don't need no man? So is it really their fault?
To be honest with you, it's a 50-50 thing. Because let me say, after a certain age, you have to take accountability for yourself. Because let me tell you something, if you put your career before marriage and stuff like that, that's on you. You know what I mean? And this is why the reason you got a lot of black men rushing to go to Brazil, rushing to go to Cuba, rushing to go to Dominican Republic, to go get them wives who's typically are going to stay with you and not leave you, typically who want long marriage. Let me tell you something, there's certain women who know their position, who know they're not supposed, who know they don't want to work. They don't want to go out there and compete with a man. That's just a fact of the matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have a lot of women who are in Miami who had no choice but to be masculine because this disposition that they was left, because a lot of fathers went to prison at that time. I remember that. I remember that vividly in the 80s, where it was a lot of young girls who was getting trains ran on them. And I used to be like, damn, they tag teaming like that back there. And then you start to hear the story about a lot of these girls ain't had daddies. Daddy went to prison. Daddy got shot. Policeman handled somebody. Right. Now, these same women are raising other kids with other men who didn't grow up with no daddy. So it's like a domino effect. But now here's the funny thing about it is the tides have changed. When you go to downtown Miami or you go by the courthouse, you mainly see black women out there in suits, dress suits, and you rarely ever see black men out there who has those type of big jobs, because it's just a systematic way. So these women are being pushed to be higher than us, where a lot of us are in a construction site, we running trucks, we buying this, we're in the jail systems, we doing this. We're doing what men do to keep the world functioning. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, a woman can say that, hey, I don't need a man. I make $70K a year, $70K. Okay. You make $70K a year, but in the pandemic, when you had to go home and you had to work from home, and some of these jobs are not replaceable. You also got to remember, most of the retail workforce are women. So a lot of women are out of job or at home. They have to humble themselves and come back and start sucking and fucking and making sure they get paired up with the right man so they can survive for the next winter.
Yeah. But I think that was one of the biggest issues we was having, because the parents, remember, like you said, which is a good point. Like the mothers they was raising their daughters, now the daughters and adult, now they're raising their kids, but they're raising their kids in the ideology that we don't need each other, and that's false. I think we have to change that, especially in the black community. It's very heavy on, because every time you date a girl or talk to a girl, the first thing she said, I don't need a man for nothing. I want a man, but I don't need him. But in other cultures and other races, they don't have an issue with that. You know that because you have your Spanish neighbor who's very supportive of her husband. And then the Jewish culture, who very submissive to their men. And the white culture, you already see that. They quit to get married really quick and very young. But it seems like the black culture is always an issue when it comes to like survival. We don't know how to survive together.
No, we don't know how to survive together. But here's the thing. I'm going to read something to you. There's certain key things that happened that changed, that shifted women's mentality. I'm gonna read this off to you. Washing machine. Hold on, I'm just gonna read this to you. Department store. This was a forceps. This was a invention that helped women through childbirth. Because you remember that at a certain point in time, a lot of women was dying through childbirth. Okay. Sanitation pads and tampons. I just named 4 to 5 key things that changed women's lives forever that men helped build. When that being said, and then when women start going to school, and there's more women in colleges than our men, they have a sense to looking down on us. Yes, you can say you don't need a man now. You don't. But when you get older, you're gonna regret.
I'm being honest with you. I know Herman probably might not agree with me on this one, but I don't think men should date women with college degrees. And some people might fight me with that, but this is the reason why. Because she ended up marrying her degrees, meaning she's gonna overthrow her degrees in your face.
Oh, that's facts. I second and agree with you. I don't want a woman with a college education.
I don't know. Herman agree with us, because Herman be like, I want my woman to have a college education.
How do you feel about that, Herman?
The master.
So you say with the masters, you won't date a woman with a master, but you'll date a woman with a regular bachelor's.
No, I'm saying what the story is. When she had enough, wasn't good enough.
Wow, you see that, King? You see, it's pretty much what we were saying about the whole fact of dating a woman with a college degree. And my thing is, my own issue with the woman with degree now, people might say, Ronnie, then you want to date a dumb girl. No, that's not true. Because a lot of women who not college educated, however, they understand the system of a man and knows what a man's supposed to roles. However, today modern day women, they they so much in their ego. If they see a man that's not educated in the aspect of he don't have a college degree, she would automatically turn the other cheek, because you're like, he's not good enough. And that's the issue we're facing. And not only that, doesn't mean, to me, a college degree is just a piece of paper anyway, because there's a lot of people that are wealthy don't even have a high school diploma.
No, so, definitely. And I agree with you, man. You see, look at what Herman, I've been through the same shit you went through.
Me too.
The same shit. I've had a woman say the same thing. Like, hey, what are you doing? What are we doing for the next? Oh, you work at this job, I say, it's something up. I was like, what's up with you, bro? And that's what I told her. I say, how are you gonna look down on me because you went to school and got $80,000 worth of debt and I didn't choose?
Preach.
You feel me?
Preach. Which the debt you gonna acquire when you marry her?
Oh,
it becomes your debt.
100%. That's another reason why I say don't date no woman with no college education, because she's gonna have $100,000 to $200,000 worth of debt that's gonna be passed on to you if she did if you ever divorce her. You feel me?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Like, shit. I said I can go get a job any day if I want to. Like I told her this sometime. I said I have my CDL license. I spent $5,000 for that. I can go make $60,000, $70,000 in the blink of an eye. No, my dad's sick. I gotta stay here. and work the numbers here. But women don't care about stuff like
that. And now that, but can you just imagine last year when the pandemic started? You saw all the women with degrees was home.
A lot of them was
all
home.
Of them.
A lot of them was home, and it wasn't a good light. A lot of them lost their car. Man, a lot
of them lost their jobs. The most of the people that would survive was a regular person that was a dishwasher, grocery store clerk, car salesman, people like that. Essential workers was the only people working, but a lot of them was at home with their college degree. Now the pandemic, well, I'm not gonna say it's over. We're still in the pandemic. However, like now when things are opening up slowly, women are still having issue finding a job because now the same degree you have, somebody's fighting for that same job.
Basically. And listen here, they can't come out there at the concrete place and work with us.
No.
You know what I mean? Or be on the highway. You feel me?
And it's funny, like most of these women with these college degrees, they come back to make only $15 an hour. And you know, most of us on this panel make more than $15 an hour.
Way more.
And we have no college degree.
None at all.
Make you think a little bit. It really do. But that's my only issue. I think women became married. They in their mind they fit. They kept saying. Even when we talk to women today, they always say, "I need education. I need education." But my first thing I always say, "You need a man."
Yeah.
I tell women this. all the time. Like, you need a man. We get into like discussion about it. I tell them, you need a man. Why I need a man for? You need a man to protect you. I don't need no man to protect me. I can get a gun and protect myself. But I say, just straight off the bat, men are stronger than women. We can just grab a gun from you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Even if you body build, there's some women that body build like a man. We still stronger than that woman.
Man, it's a crazy situation, man. When people start to figure out what's important.
But I really think it's an agenda for them not to make us date each other and to want each other. I really think it's an agenda because they program that into our minds that we don't need each other to the point that you see it's getting worse.
It is, man. And I just hope that you see, because here's the funny thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us here, if women would actually hear the conversations men have behind closed door with other men, we talk about getting married. We don't want to be out here messing with different women over there. In your younger days, you was doing that. I'm a little bit old. That shit get tiring.
Yeah, dating women.
Spending all that money, and you know what I mean? Right. And then another thing is, for a man, we think about our mothers and our fathers who are getting older, and they you know what I mean? The only thing a mama want for his child is to have some grandbabies. Am I wrong, people?
Facts.
Herman, am I wrong? You know what I mean? But every other day, women are making it more harder for that. So we have to make sacrifices and say, hey, maybe I should go date this woman, or maybe I should go date that woman, or you have to talk to multiple women just in case to get one girl, or maybe just in case to get a baby out the situation. Because here's the thing. In 2021, we're still able to have sex and stuff like that. Because out of 10 women you might talk to, you might be able to smash like 5 of them. But to get a relationship, that's going to be hard because every single one of the women we talk to today have some type of issue, or they have some type of ulterior motive. You could probably get sex out of them and get a baby, because damn near a lot of these girls are going to let you hit even if they don't like you sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? But to get a relationship or to get married or to actually sit here and want to build a foundation with somebody, or so your mom can have a daughter-in-law, man, you might as well go import. You might as well import them.
Yeah, and I want man to get this clear. Let's get this clear so man can understand. You are more than your resources, because men were like, "Oh, she only need me for my money." No, you are more than your resources. Women need you for guidance. Women need you for wisdom, and women need you for understanding.
Mm-hmm.
When you get all those key components together, you will build the woman the way you want her to, on the way you want her to go. The problem is, man, today we think women only want us for our resources, and that's not true. Because if you ever talk to a girl on a one-on-one, most of the time she say, "I want a man to lead me." She always say, and I always say, "Okay, that's good." Women always say, "I need a man to lead me." So I would say, that's good. You need a man for something rather than his resources. But man, today we are built in thinking women just want us for our resources. That's not always necessarily true. Because I think you already know, women now are kind of getting close to making more money than men. They find very hard for that. So pretty soon, women are going to be making way more money than men.
Yeah, they are doing it now. But here's the thing, Ron. A lot of women, and you see, I don't want to use this word or stuff like that because I don't think this is true. But here's the thing. If you're a person who got a regular job and you work in a regular job, you meet a woman who went to college and stuff like that. Sometimes you look at that and say, man, I just don't want to deal with the headache.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Or she has or because, women say, oh, this man is intimidated or he's insecure. Sometimes that could be the case because you could have a job and you could be good at your job. And that's really what you want to do. And that shouldn't be no issue. But certain men tend to not go after certain women because they already know what comes with that. And sometimes a man doesn't have enough confidence enough to go and tell a woman, be like, hey, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. You shouldn't have an issue. Like, you shouldn't try to mold me to be something. This is why a lot of women don't get hollered at, because a lot of men will say, oh, she's a clinical, she's a doctor, she's an RN. Most people say, man, I don't even want that type of headache.
Yeah.
Let me go
deal with some. But the problem is, I can't think it. We trying to allow the women to mold us, but we got to mold the woman.
Yo,
I think that one man get misconstrued.
You are, but how can you mold somebody who say they're better than you?
No, you throw them away. I can tell you quick to throw them away.
Yeah, definitely. This is why you get you a normal person who's going to accept you for who you are. And sometimes that tends to be women who are in lower economical situation. You feel what I'm trying to say? Most of the time you meet a woman and she pretty nice, she probably not doing the best job. Like, okay, an example, Herman, the chick you deal with, does she have a professional job? The Cuban girl. Oh, does she have a degree?
I was talking about we're no longer together.
Oh, so it was the Cuban girl that told you that.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I told you, Hakeem. They married to their degrees. They want you to be in the same level.
Listen, I was a little bit shocked because he said it was the Spanish one that told him. That's
no,
different.
but remember they say Spanish girls seem like the same way as black girls.
Yeah.
I heard that a lot lately. They say Spanish girls the same way as black girls. But white women won't give you a lot of class back. And other women from different races. But I'm not gonna lie. We know this to be true. The only issue is mostly the westernized women. They just keep that, not the Eastern women, not the women in the Middle East. It's only the westernized women are fucked up. Excuse my language.
Definitely. I'm gonna tell you something. The best relationship I wouldn't say the best relationship I ever had. I had dated somebody who worked at one of those little restaurants. You feel me? There was a cook there, but I know they was. I could tell they probably had just came here or something like that because their English wasn't that good. You feel me? And when I tell you the relationship was so best, it was everything catered to my needs. You feel what I'm trying to say? And then it was to the point where I'd be like, hey, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Me trying to help them upgrade, make them look at them a little bit better. And you know what I'm saying? And this is why I was like, sometimes if you deal with somebody in a lower economical system, you'll be able to show them a different things they're not able to see. And they'll be very privileged about it. You feel me?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like my next door neighbor, his son is a security guard. His wife, I don't think she was dental, something like that, but he's a security guard. And they had 2 kids together. They're raising 2 kids. They just went and bought their first house. And this is what he's going to do for the rest of his life. I don't think she cared about that. It was, you know what I mean? She fucked with him. But the thing about we're in this situation where money and status is a big thing for Black women. And a lot of that has to do with slavery in a sense, because I'm going to tell you why. When stuff been taken away from you, all you care about is your possession and keeping and showing people that you got something. Due to the fact we never had anything, when we get a little bit of something, people want to hold on to, and they want people to recognize. It's like a sense of entitlement in a sense. When, you know what I mean, for people like me, I really don't care. Like, yo, and I tell women this all day. I say, you can be and have as much money as you can. That does not define the situation.
Facts. That's true. You're speaking facts, though.
You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people this, and I always tell women this, like, you don't have to need us. You don't, because statistically, there's more women in the world than men. We'll always be able to find somebody who accepts us for who we are, younger and who can follow our program. And that's really what it is, men. Find you a woman who's going to follow your program. Don't go after the women who get their degree. Only time you do that is you get a woman that's young and she fresh out of high school and she on her first year of college. She's not going to have too much of an expectation compared to a woman who's outside of college. Sometimes it's best to catch these girls in college and they'll accept you being a janitor or accept you being a man working at quick, you feel me? Putting down cement blocks, you know what I'm saying? So That's really what that be about. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I agree.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. You say you agree with that?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. That aspect of a man should find somebody in college that somebody he could grow with.
Yeah.
And grow together, and now date someone when she graduate, because she gonna give you a lot of hell.
Oh yeah,
a lot of hell.
Or find somebody who didn't graduate. Sometimes we might be looking at our friends. Sometimes we might have homegirls or sisters, friends who probably are not at their level, but they're just doing their thing, and we might look at them a little circle where you be like, hey, she potentially could be a good wife because she's looking at it in a certainly different way. You also got to look at it too. Dealing with a woman who comes with less baggage, less problems, less financial issues, and that's what it is. So you know what I mean? And that's my final statement. And I know I'm gonna let y'all boys go around and drop your knowledge.
No, but my final statement is I'm gonna stay true to what I said. I think women should be honest with themselves and say, I really do need a man. You need a man for support. You need a man for protection. You need a man to lead you. You need a man just to be. You need a man for pretty much everything. Because I feel like a woman gets more complete when she have a man in her life. Especially when it comes to the Black community. I think in the Black community, we need to do better, especially as parents. We need to be able to teach our kids and show them that, hey, we need each other, because that's the only way for the Black community to get better, when we realize the fact that we need each other. And then when we realize that we need each other, our community will grow. Go ahead, Herman.
To the point, we got to talk about the father couldn't.
That being said, KR Culture Radio, guys.
We out.
We out.
Man, I just appreciate y'all just listening. Stay tuned for the next episode.